Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I am your host, Saheem the Dream.
With your boy J Mac Main.
And I'm Ant-Man from the Cesaro section.
Yes, and we are here all together to host Wrestling Talks and Thoughts and talk about wrestling topics, news, and rumors. We're going to cover NXT Vengeance. We're going to cover NXT this week and Smackdown. So let's get into some news and rumors real quick.
We back.
So the video was like glitching on my. Did you see the video play?
Yeah, play.
All right, okay. It was glitching on my side. I couldn't see it. It wasn't playing out. It was like glitching. So I was having some technical difficulties. Anyway, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So apparently, Alexa Bliss has a stalker. So how long has she been stalked?
Ever since the summer. So this crazy stalker. Oh, and they have found out who he is. It's a man from Whitehall, New York, named Bobby. So a fan did kind of figure out who it was.
Probably Lars Sullivan.
Guy, so it probably.
It could be Lars, man.
Lars.
WWE contract back. Lars Sullivan.
So this apparently this strange fan really believes that he's married to Alexa Bliss. He's going on and said that he's gonna wait all night for her. He's waiting for her to post Instagram pictures. He called her fiance Ryan Cabrera a rapist, saying he's gonna kill him and death threats and everything like that. And it's just beyond creepy at this point. He even mentioned that he would come at her house.
My bad, Jay. Jose Vasquez says it's him. He said he's the stalker.
Oh, you're Alexa Bliss stalkers? hey, I mean, Alexa Bliss is a fine catch, but yeah. So, but yeah, what up, Sean? But yeah, ultimately, like, what up, Sway? But at the end of the day, yeah, it's just like he's obsessed. Like he really, I guess, in his mind, I don't know if he's playing, but he really, really in his mind believes that he's married to Alexa Bliss, and she's basically like Ryan Cabrera, just a rapist, and he's not supposed to be her.
They better watch this dude, man, because he may want to really doing something violent to him, man. Them stalkers are no joke, man. People are crazy out here.
They should have been seen it. Why they let this go on from the summer? That's what I don't get.
Right, is that? And even Sonya Deville had one. You know what I'm saying? So it's Sonya Deville's stalker actually popped up at her crib, which is next level.
Yeah, wow. They better take care of Alexa Bliss. I must say, white lives matter. They better take care of her, yo. It's great, yo. I think recently I was looking at this article about John Lennon, like the death of John Lennon, how he passed, and there was some guy who was obsessed with John Lennon, and he flew out from London, from London, came all the way to New York, went to John Lennon's apartment where he was staying. He seen John Lennon come out the building. He waited there all day, got John Lennon's autograph. John Lennon hops in a limo with his wife, Yoko Ono. Then they come back like later on in the afternoon. When John Lennon walks in the building, he shoots John Lennon in the back like 4 times. Like, this guy was like obsessed with John Lennon. This guy was like, a stalker. So, stalkers are serious, man. Like,
how do you find out where he lived at back then? Like, there was no internet. He's on the other side of the world.
Yeah, man. That's the crazy part about it. It's like, he went through all that just to find out where this guy was living at. Found out where he was at, got the autograph, And John was nice to the dude and everything. John Lennon was nice. After he signed the guy autograph, John Lennon was like, is that all you need? You good? And the guy was like, yeah, man, appreciate it. And the dude after that, John Lennon left. After John Lennon left, the guy stayed there and waited until he came back. Then when John came back, he shot him in the back 4 times.
Which is crazy because I was in LA a couple times. I've tried to find a Neverland ranch. I cannot find a Neverland ranch for nothing. But yet, back in the day, you just got to find John Lennon's house. Like this.
Yeah.
I mean, we found it on MapQuest and he printed it out.
He's right there.
That was our GPS back in the day. We go to online MapQuest and you do step-by-step directions. And you get back, you do it in reverse. I mean, so.
Yeah, he probably did, man, bro. That's a good question. Like, how did he, like, this dude flies from the other side of the world, comes over here and finds out exactly where a superstar celebrity lives? Like, it's just like how is that possible? Crazy. But hopefully nothing, tragic comes out of the situation. They really take care of this whole situation with Alexa. Sean Key says, just like Versace had a stalker also. Yeah, Versace got killed by a stalker. I think he was on. Didn't he sneak aboard Versace's boat or something like that and kill him?
I thought he got shot. I thought he got shot when he was going to get his mail or something.
And see, the crazy part about it, Super saying Alexa can't even help her at this point.
She might be able to handle him. You never know, man.
Yeah, we heard the theme, but yeah, if she turns, the lights got to turn off. And, yeah, I don't know without the WWE special effects arena if she has those superpowers. So.
Sean says, nah, he shot him at his house. Yeah, I'm gonna read that story. I remember when it happened.
He was walking, getting the mail or something like that. He got shot, getting the mail or something like that.
Oh, wow.
I remember Eminem making a joke about it.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, he said, I was checking the mail. Get it? Checking the mail. Yeah. Oh, man. This is wild. So CM Punk said he could beat Stone Cold.
Oh, God.
Right.
What era Stone Cold are we talking about? We talking about 2 brace, broken neck Stone Cold? Or we talking about 97 Stone Cold before the Owen Hart incident?
Yeah. I don't think, any version of Stone Cold, I would never put CM Punk over Stone Cold.
Yeah, it wouldn't go right. I can't see it happening.
Okay.
All right. So CM Punk talked a big game, but he tried to deny a recent bold tweet. Luckily for the internet, he wasn't able to hide that for long. Punk jokingly denied that he said at all that it would take one GTS to beat Steve Austin. The Second City Savior responded to a tweet from Austin where he expressed disbelief that he would say that. It didn't take long for fans to screenshot Punk's tweet and send them into Steve Austin. Rattlesnake then applied upon learning that what Punk actually said. I see at CM Punk, said Austin. You did say that. Damn, complete delusion. I had us at a 60-minute time limit match at the Rosemont Horizon, right there in the Chicago Chi-Town of City. Hell of a match. Caught you with a stunner and at 59 minutes and 56 seconds, and you did not kick out. Bottom line, if you actually lost his match against Punk would have lasted much longer. The end result would have been much different as well. It's too bad that fans will never get to see this. However, then they'll never get to see this match and end up for real. At least Twitter, at least we have Twitter. The two legends can hash out in front of the masses. So Punk's original tweet would have been short. GTS 123. Then Austin says back in 2013-14, you almost fought Steve Austin. Do you think that would have been the greatest match of all time? Okay, so Tyler Somerville tweeted Punk and said back in 2013-14, you almost fought Steve Austin. Do you think it would have been the greatest match of all time? And that's when Punk replied, it would have been short. GTS 123.
I definitely, that was one of my fantasy matches. one of the matches I definitely wanted to see. I wanted to see CM Punk versus Stone Cold. I remember the first time, like we was talking about this before we was going live. Ant talked about it. He mentioned it. I think it was like 2012, and they actually sat down in front of each other and they were kind of like going back and forth with each other. I was hyped for it. I was like, yo, I definitely want to see a CM Punk versus Stone Cold. That would be a dope match. But I think Stone Cold was too injured to even, fight in a match. I'm quite sure CM Punk. I mean, Stone Cold was up for it, but he probably didn't want to risk it with his neck because a lot of these wrestlers when they fight, like they wrestle, sometimes with these nagging injuries after matches, they'll be in pain and they'll have to take a bunch of painkillers. I remember whatchamacallit, what's his name? Kurt Angle. He had wrestled in the Olympics when he won his second gold medal. He wrestled with a broken neck, and they shot him.
A broken freaking neck.
I'm sorry, a broken freaking neck. Right. And it was crazy. Like I seen the documentary when they talked about it, and it was like, yo, they shot this dude up. They said they shot this dude up with so much medication that it was like he had they shot him with like 500 cc's or 200 cc's or whatever, like numbing medication, whatever, for his neck, so that he could wrestle. And it was like he said he couldn't really feel anything, but he was able to maneuver. And he said he couldn't maneuver his neck a certain way, but it was enough to help him, to get him through the match. But at the time, his neck was like literally broken. This guy wrestled with a broken neck and won. And he said after that, he said he's had nagging pains. And his nagging pains was one of the reasons why he actually left WWE to go to TNA, because he needed to take time off, because after his match with Brock Lesnar, that's when the pain started to come back from that injury from the Olympics, and he had to take time off. And Vince didn't want to give him time off. Vince wanted to use him up, and he was like, yo, I need time off. And Vince was like, I'm about to put the belt on you. We need you, all this other stuff. And Cena was like, yo, I need time off. And then him and Vince, had a little falling out behind that. But that's something that Stone Cold probably don't want to risk. He probably don't want to go through the neck pains. He's like, it's a good idea. It'll be good. It'll be great for history and for the culture of wrestling. But Stone Cold probably didn't want to risk it.
And if you think about it, right, you said that was what, 2012, 13, right? That was supposed to happen. That's the same year Rock came back and beat Punk at the Rumble, right?
Was it?
For the belt. That's the same year for Cena Rock too, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Was it? Yeah,
So if that would have happened, what would have happened with Cena and Rock Part 2, and when Austin would have been the champ of the Rumble? Like, it's a mass scenario you got to think about. Like, a lot of stuff would have had to change up. You know what I'm saying? Like, would the Rock and Cena match would have ever happened if Stone Cold, or would it have been Stone Cold versus Cena? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that would have been a good Royal Rumble run, right? I mean, WrestleMania season right there. If that would have happened like the way I just said it happened, but it would have been weird to see how that would have turned out. Rock versus Punk, and then Rock versus Stone Cold versus Punk. It would have been weird,
So, because that was around the time where Punk was doing that 463-day reign, right?
Yeah.
So trying that time, right? Oh shoot! Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, Paul Heyman in the mix and all that.
What's crazy? It's crazy you mention that, right? Because it seems to me like The Rock is like the fall guy whenever Austin doesn't want to do it. Like, remember Brock Lesnar was supposed to beat Stone Cold in the King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Right. So because Stone Cold didn't want to take the fall, The Rock had to fight and get the championship up like months later, or like a few weeks later, or whatever.
Yeah, in a 10-minute match.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's great. I didn't put that together. I didn't think about that. That's crazy.
A lot of stuff would have changed. Like, it would have been. I don't know how that storyline would have went though, between Stone Cold and CM Punk. Like, you can't just throw any storyline in between there.
Yeah. Like, it would have been good though, just to see them clash.
Their promos would have been.
Yeah.
I think they would have had to put like a PG-13 rating on that. Promos. If you have kids, please move them from the TV.
Yeah.
They would have had to.
Stone Cold would have went in.
Yeah, it would have to been after 10 o'clock. It could have been a 9 o'clock program. It would have to be a 10:47 promo.
Yeah. Word. Yeah, that would have. Yeah, that's definitely one of my fantasy matches. I think that's like most of everybody's fantasy match, like Stone Cold versus CM Punk.
Yeah, but that would have happened. You got to think about it, though. What would have happened with The Rock and Cena that year? When they still would have had their match? Stone Cold beats Punk at the Rumble, right? For example, Stone Cold said, yeah, he beats Punk at the Rumble, goes to Elimination Chamber, beats Punk again. Or where he would have to, where he lose the Punk at Elimination Chamber. That would have been the question. But most likely you put him over to have him at Mania, but against who? Because if Rock and Cena is feuding, who at that else time would have been able to be in the ring with Stone Cold? You would have did them 3 matches in a row, back to back to back. Punk Stone Cold, and put Punk over at Mania. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably would have had to save it for Mania, if anything. I mean, that would be the best thing to do. But sometimes they'll be like, sometimes they'll just give you like the classic match in like a regular, I don't know, pay-per-view. Like
was Austin even in shape to do a 3-month run?
I don't think he was. All that beard. I mean, but he was in pretty good shape, but I don't think he was. Because I remember him talking about, like, he said he spoke about his injuries. He's like, he got 2 bad knees and he got a messed up neck. Yeah. So he's like, he said he's done. He said he can get back in the ring, but he
don't want to embarrass himself.
Yeah. I mean, his last match wasn't bad.
He doesn't want to go in there for no 10 minutes and, he wants to go in there and like he's the old Stone Cold, basically.
Yeah. But The Rock didn't do bad when he came back.
No, it wasn't bad.
He didn't do too bad, but he actually suffered a hernia, which is crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy though. See, that's the risk of taking that, being away from the ring. That's why I'm so worried about Christian right now. For him to even have a full contact match with anybody, I'm worried about Christian.
Yeah. We haven't seen. We've seen Carlito since the Rumble. We haven't seen Christian, so.
Yeah, but we don't know for Carlito to have that many injuries like Christian had.
But I think, but Carlito really. I think Carlito's been wrestling in the Indies somewhere.
Yeah, Christian was just home. Yeah. Well, Christian had concussion problems, right?
Nah, I don't think he did.
That's why he retired. I thought that's why he retired. I thought it was due something with concussion on his neck.
I think that was one, but I think the main reason why he retired was because they wasn't giving him the push that he should have got. Because even when he won the World Heavyweight Championship, that was because Randy Orton and Edge went to Vince and was like, "Yo, give the belt to Christian." And then Vince was like, "No." Vince was like, "I don't want Christian to be world champion. Don't see him." And then Edge and Edge was like, "Yo, put the belt on him." So after Edge retired, they decided to go with Christian, and that's why Christian, like, world heavyweight title reigns was only like, I think one reign was like 1 week and another reign was like 1 day.
Yeah,
like it was ridiculous. Like, so that's why, like, the second time he got the belt back, Randy went to Vince. It was like, "Yo, I don't want to be world." He said to Vince, he said, "I don't want to be world champion." He said, "Keep the belt on Christian. It's a good idea. Let him get the opportunity." And Vince was like, "No, I need a solid main event player with the belt. I need you in there." And this is like a real conversation. And Randy was like, "No." He was like, "Keep the belt on Christian." So that's why, like, if you ever look up, there was a match that Christian and Randy had where Randy does like a full split in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was more so like I think it was running because I think he hit an RKO on Mark Henry.
Right, he did it right. He did an RKO on Mark Henry. Mark Henry goes up the ring, and then Randy Orton does like a full split in the air and goes like that. Like he was breaking kayfabe because he was mad around that time that they wasn't giving Christian the push, and they kept pushing him in the forefront. And Randy was telling Vince like, "Yo," so that's why Randy did that. He did that out of, like, intent, like, like to, like, kind of like, ruffle some feathers backstage. So
I think Christian should have had a title run before Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think Jeff Hardy should have had any title run, in my opinion.
Vince's adopted son, so Vince loves him some Jeff. So
yeah, I don't see. They keep giving that guy chance after chance after chance after chance. Maybe after. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, my thing with Jeff Hardy is like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't want any Jeff Hardy fans to get mad at me, but this is just my opinion on Jeff Hardy. You know, Jeff Hardy is just like, you know, like he cuts promos. He's horrible at cutting promos. He just got good at cutting promos. The best promo I think he ever cut was when he won the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and he cut that promo in the ring about, you know, the Immortal promo. I thought that was like the best promo to me.
Oh, when he
But
turned heel.
yeah, when he turned heel, right? And he's never been like great on the mic, and they call him like the charismatic enigma. I mean, he's great in the ring, but I mean, to me, he's all right in the ring. He just like rolls around and rolls and flips on stuff. I don't know, man. He doesn't do it for me. Like, but you know, it's like the way they were pushing him, and they gave him the world title. I was like when they gave him the world title, I was like, man, are they running out of superstars? Like, is it really that bad? Like, they put Jeff Hardy, he has no charisma on the mic, in the ring. I mean, I don't know. I mean, people like him. Not a big fan.
I like the Enigma.
You said what?
I like the Enigma. I'm gonna get the Jeff Hardy for Halloween this year.
You gonna be Jeff Hardy?
Yep, and I'm gonna come on the show. I'm gonna do this.
I like him better as a tag team wrestler.
Yeah, I think Matt had more charisma than he did.
We should definitely do a Halloween special, and I'm gonna definitely come dressed up as. I'm gonna cut the whole bit, be skin face, do the Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy.
I'm coming to Stone Cold.
There you go.
I'm becoming Stone Cold, so I ain't gotta do nothing but just wear like a leather vest and have my shirt on. Leather cowboy vest, have my shirt on. All right, let's get to this next topic. Roman not in the chamber match. Roman Reigns not in the elimination chamber match.
So, as you guys may have seen on SmackDown, Drew McIntyre is definitely defending his championship in the Elimination Chamber. So, as you've seen on SmackDown, Roman isn't going to defend his title in the Chamber, but he's going to defend it against the winner. Or he's going to defend against the winner of the Chamber. The reason WWE is going with this route is because everybody that is in the Chamber, somebody ends up getting hurt, and they don't want to risk Roman getting hurt, you know, because he's their top guy. So they just prefer to keep him out of it and just have him have a regular one-on-one match with the winner of the chamber match.
So they babying Roman Reigns.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh God, that's another one of Vince's adopted sons.
So Daniel Bryan tweeted, said Roman should have the Brock Lesnar contract, not based off of, you know, fighting once a year, but based off the privileges he gets.
Who said that?
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, he should. I mean,
I told you who's going to win the chamber.
Right. Like, see, and that's the thing. Like, see, and that's why, and that's the reason why, like, we as fans get so upset, because we see how Vince McMahon is willing to make all these changes to accommodate certain wrestlers. But then when it comes to pushing someone like Cesaro, pushing someone like Ziggler, pushing someone like Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, XYZ, right? Dak Ryder, you know what I'm saying? All these people, it's like he doesn't accommodate them. And yet these people have proved over and over again how over they are with the fans, how over they are, and how over they are with the fans, how much, you know, how much support they have. So it's just crazy to me. Like, you know, he just does this for Roman. And Roman Reigns has been booed. Like, I'm a Roman Reigns fan. I love Roman, but I'm just speaking fact. I'm just only speaking truth. And the fact of the matter is, Roman has sucked on a mic only until recently because he has the support and the help of Paul Heyman. And I heard that like his scripts are being written, like they write his scripts, and I think Paul Heyman helps him write his scripts. You know what I'm saying? So, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing that, you know, you go out there, you know, with premeditated thought, say what you're going to say on the mic. That way you don't fumble if you can't shoot off the top of your head. But the point that I'm trying to make is that they accommodate this guy who apparently was not over with fans, and they shove him down our throats to make him be whatever they want him to be. And yet they couldn't do the same thing for people who were actually getting the natural and organic support from them. Ridiculous.
All right. Hashtag push Jeff Hardy.
You said what?
Hashtag push Jeff Hardy.
Oh God. Hashtag no.
Hashtag where's Alistair Black?
Oh God.
That should be the real hashtag. Where's Alistair Black?
Where's Alistair Black?
Alistair Black, Murphy.
What are they?
Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
where's Buddy Murphy? I'm gonna put him on the back of a milk carton.
Did they announce the other 6 guys for this chamber #1 contender match? No, not yet, right?
Yeah, they have all 6.
Let me guess. Otis is in there.
No, shockingly, no. Yeah,
I would be surprised.
So
I can't think of 6 guys from SmackDown. That's why I said Otis got to be one of them.
So basically, what they did, I feel like they kind of rushed the match because obviously they rushed the chamber match because you see I didn't know about this chamber was next Sunday until Monday. He was like, yeah, 2 weeks from Sunday. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said 2 weeks. That must be an error on the screen.
Yeah,
like what? What's the card? Like,
yeah. So on SmackDown, Adam Pearce, he basically didn't have people. He had people qualified, but Kevin Owens didn't have to qualify. So Kevin Owens is in the match. Jey Uso and Kevin Owens automatically got denied. Sami Zayn and King Corbin teamed up to fight Rey Mysterio and Dominic. The winning team would enter the chamber with Sami Zayn and Corbin won. That's Corbin, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens. And then the main event match was Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode versus Cesaro and Daniel Bryan. The winner of that match also got in the chamber, and Cesaro and Daniel Bryan ended up winning.
maybe Cesaro might do it, man.
Yeah, so the 6 guys is Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, and Sami Zayn.
I think they're pushing Jey Uso, man.
I think so too.
To fight.
That's what I said. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. You know what I'm mad about?
What?
I'm mad at the fact that they actually put Dominic in the qualifying match.
Yeah, he scared me when he said that.
In a freaking elimination chamber.
Yeah, he scared me when I was waiting for the winner. I'm like, oh my God, don't tell me Dominic.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I really did think Dominic and Ray was gonna. I was like, oh my God.
I would have lost it, yo. If Dominic would have been in elimination chamber, I would have lost it.
I would have lost it. I'm not even bothered watching. Like,
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh man, I was like Dominic and Rey Mysterio in a qualifying elimination chamber match. Oh man, but we'll get to SmackDown, man. We'll get to SmackDown. We don't want to. Yeah. Retribution versus Nexus.
not here for it.
Nope. You're not feeling it?
That doesn't even give me I don't even get a chill from that. That doesn't even sound interesting.
Is it because of the Nexus or is it because of Retribution?
That sounds like LWO versus the Flock.
So here's the article in regards to that. So WWE booked a Nexus reunion for WrestleMania last year. That would have been played into the Firefly Funhouse match. Due to the pandemic, that segment was cut. It's always this year. While speaking to Dropkick Podcast, Fred Rosser stated that it's always a possibility for Nexus reunion can happen this year. You never know what kind of special guest WWE will invite to make this show of shows the biggest it can be. He even has an idea of Nexus taking out WWE's current invading stable. Yeah, well, most likely WrestleMania in Tampa with the crowd, we're gonna the Nexus, him being on commentary, he's gonna rise up from the table and we're gonna show up and defeat Retribution. I shouldn't have drafted, but oops, it will be fun. You can never say never about the Nexus coming back. If anything, Fred Rouser seems to make a WWE return in some kind. He's been wrestling in New Japan Pro Wrestling and really impressed fans with on New Japan Strong. I don't know who Fred Rosser is. Maybe that's Wade Barry's ruling. I don't know. But here's my thing on that before you guys start. So Retribution is a 4-man team.
Hmm.
What?
Five man.
It's
Mace,
T-Bar, Slapjack, and Ali.
Yeah, they are. I was thinking, I'm like 4. I'm like,
Is it?
yeah, I forgot.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Mace, Slapjack, T-Bar, Ali. Mace, Slapjack, T-Bar. Okay, right. Okay. But then it's okay, right.
So for the Nexus, like, what 4 guys would you bring back? Because Heath Slater is an impact. You can't have Heath Slater. You definitely not bringing back Ryback for that.
David Otunga?
Yeah, you can probably bring back David Otunga, who they probably would. Maybe you can possibly bring back
Justin Gabriel.
Right?
Yeah.
Darren Young. I don't know about Tarver. I don't know where Tarver is.
That's why I'm like, this is not going to work.
Yeah, and it would be cool if you can add CM Punk, but then you have clashing of the leaders because Wade Barrett, you know what I mean? So there won't be no set leader.
Then we got to find that big guy that CM Punk brought in the Nexus. What was his name again?
Mason Ryan.
Yeah, Mason Ryan.
Or but then I would say you can have Harris, but then everybody can like, wait, where you get dressed from? So.
Wait, dreads. Mason Ryan got dreads?
No, Husky Harris.
Yeah, Husky
Harris.
No, Bray's not doing that.
Right. I mean, it would. I mean, like if they had Daniel Bryan, if they had Ryback, of course Wade is there. And if they had I guess like Justin Gabriel. Because nobody mentions Tarver. I don't know. Nobody mentions Tarver.
Yeah, nobody misses that.
Nobody cares about Tarver. Nobody cares. He was actually part of the Nexus. You did not mention Tarver at all, Jay. None of y'all, and Jay, none of y'all mentioned Tarver. The only black dude in the Nexus.
I don't remember him.
I said unless you can bring Tarver.
I don't remember. That's the guy with the fake clothesline, right? The fake clothesline from hell.
Yeah. And he had the mask on with the T.
Yeah, he had the coronavirus mask on.
The original Retribution mask. Yeah, I remember him Tarver. I said it.
Then y'all mentioned him. I was like, y'all even mentioned you mentioned Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel.
I did say Tarver, didn't I?
Nah.
I did. I could have sworn I did.
All right, okay.
I did say Tarver.
All right, if you did mention him, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I'm not here for it.
We might rewind the tape. I'm sure I did say Tarver because his name popped in my head.
Okay.
I'm not here for it. Unless they do a new Nexus, then I'm here for it.
I mean, I'm definitely up for it. Me personally, the reason why I'm up for it because I just want to see Wade Barrett back in the ring.
Yeah, I just want to see Wade. I don't care about give him a new Nexus. You know, there's a couple guys on the roster that need to play.
If they gave him a new Nexus.
But the sad part about that is they're just going to bury Retribution even further and further into the fact that they can't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, another thing is like we got Sean is joining us. Sean Keys.
Yo.
What's up, guys?
Yo, what up?
What's good, man?
I think like that's the thing. Is like if they bring back a new Nexus, right? It's like what would be the purpose? Just to fight Retribution, and then like you were saying, Jay, like to bury them further. But then it's like after they feud with Retribution, like where do they go from there? Because Nexus' whole point was to take over like Retribution. Like their point was to come in as the forgotten or the underprivileged performers and come in and take over.
Oh, that's easy. So if Nexus does fight Mania, David Otunga will go back to being a housewife. Justin Gabriel will continue to work at car washes. Wade Barrett go back to the and you know, and Tarver will continue to be in Canada. I mean, it's just what it is.
So I'm late on it. Are they? So they're thinking about bringing the Nexus back or new Nexus?
Yeah. Well, they just said the Nexus versus Retribution for Mania. They teased it. But then, as we were saying, it's hard to find a legit group because you know Heath Slater's with Impact. Is definitely out of the question. So, you know, what I mean, Bray's definitely not going to do it.
It's going to have to be new members, man.
Daniel Bryan's not going to do it.
I don't even know if I would want to see the Nexus come back even with new members.
Yeah.
At this point, Retribution might as well take their mask off and just be jobbers.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already jobbers with mask on.
Yeah, because you see, when it gets to the point where Xavier Woods is saying he wants a one-on-one match with Reckoning, that's when you hit rock bottom.
Yeah, I think Mia Yim definitely need to go by herself. She's much better without them. Like, I don't understand why she's even still with them. And Mercedes Martinez made the best decision to leave them.
Right. I was going to mention that. She clearly said that wasn't the direction. She wasn't feeling it, and that wasn't the best direction for her career. Now, she said, you know, most people would love being called up, but she was like, it's a decision she had to make, and that was best for her career. She had to
look at her. She's in the triple threat match for the NXT Women's title tonight. So I think it was a good decision, personally.
Yeah.
The big white dude. What's his name? I don't know why.
Hold on. It's T-Bar. That's not T-Bar.
You talking about Dominic Dijakovic?
Dominic, like he was having great matches with Keith Lee and NXT.
Yeah.
So that is him still.
Yeah, that's him.
I'm so Dominic.
They made him switch his style up. He doesn't even do big impact moves like how he was doing NXT.
Right.
I actually like Dominic. I thought he was dope. He would have been great on the main roster. Him. But this shit he doing with Retribution, nah.
Not him. They even switched his style up in the ring. No hot flying, nothing. He's just like one dimensional. And
they just needed something. They needed something to do with Mustafa Ali to shut him up. That's all it was.
Yeah,
but that's not even helping him. It's like Mustafa Ali. He's great on the mic. He's great. He's great on the mic. He's great.
He's good on the mic.
But this, it's like what do they do? It's just like, what are they doing?
He's not believable.
At this point, they're not believable. Absolutely.
They're not believable. They're not intimidating. Like when that music hits, here they come.
Like when they feuded with the Hurt Business, it was like, all right, you done built the Hurt Business to go like this, so Retribution is gonna get squashed. There's no way you're gonna have them beating the Hurt Business. So it's like at that point it got to like, all right, what's the point of them still even being together?
Right.
Exactly.
Now, when it was to the point where they had like 90 members, then cool. But then once they kind of convinced it to the regular plug, and it was just like, all right, it's trash.
I liked it better when they had like random 100 members.
Right.
I actually liked it.
Yeah, I like that too. I'm not gonna lie, that was interesting.
And then now you got a core 4 that's just trash. Like, and like you said, you take wrestlers like Mia Yim and Dominic, who had great singles runs. Mm-hmm. And now it kind of goes back to what I've told y'all before, that it's time for Vince to just walk away, because it's him. It's more him than it's creative. I really think it's that time for him to walk away, and he just won't do it.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to pull him away from that, because that's his baby. He built it. You know, he helped.
And I get it. I get it. I mean, he's done more for that company than his dad did, if you want to be honest. He brought it to bigger heights than his dad did. So I understand why he doesn't want to let it go and give it to Stephanie and Tripp and Shane. I get it, but at a certain point, you got to do it. You got to realize that you're hurting the business more than helping.
Yeah.
Right. So now, it's funny because me and Ann was having a conversation earlier, and he was telling me about if you guys haven't seen Day of Royal Rumble 2021, Ann pointed out to me that Vince wasn't in the gorilla. Triple H was in that seat.
Yeah, Triple H and Shane.
So as I watched it, I was like, oh. So then also, I was gonna ask the question to Ann, but I said, I'm gonna save it for the show. So being that Triple H was in that seat, that also posed a question: if Vince was running it, would Bianca still have won? Or is Bianca winning a Triple H idea? Because after the show, Triple H, they showed Triple H out there talking to Bianca, and he's hugging her. He's like, "Yo, this is step one."
Yeah, this is just step one. Yeah.
And she's an NXT girl. She's an NXT product. So that could be what Triple H is doing.
I would think he was still. I think he's still in on it because if we've all been paying attention, the build up for Bianca going into Royal Rumble had been going on for months. So I would say he was in on it. I don't think the decision for her to win was made that day. I think Dave Ben had made that decision that she was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was more Triple H, but I still think Vince had his hand on it. At some point in that process, he had his hand on it.
Yeah, definitely with the decision maker because nothing goes without his okay.
Nothing.
And then
I like it. I'm glad they're doing it.
And I know, like when it came to WrestleMania, so we had I think it was WrestleMania 35. They wanted Roman. They were actually there was a dispute with Triple H and Vince on who Brock Lesnar should fight, and it was either Roman or The Rock. And Triple H was like, it should be Roman because Roman is here. He's with the company. He needs to push. He needs to rub. He's going to be here with us for a while versus The Rock, who's part-time, who comes in. You just get a big main event, which is a temporary royal. But then it's like he's off in like the next week. So, so they definitely have disputes on whether, who goes over.
Yeah, I just found it interesting that when I was looking, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't see no Vince. Usually Vince congratulates the men. They show him congratulating the men's Rumble winner, especially when it's one of his older guys. You know what I'm talking about? Like Batista.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
They didn't show him at all. You just see Triple H and Shane. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, this is different.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so I think y'all were talking about it last week about the whole old wrestlers coming back and the newer. I don't know if y'all talked about it this week or not yet, but how a lot of the wrestlers backstage are upset over a lot of these older guys coming back and getting their spots.
Yeah, we spoke about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Ali's definitely one of them.
Yeah, Ali's one. I think that's going to lead up to something, but I don't know which veteran I could see him going with at WrestleMania. But I know it's going to lead into some story.
I don't know. I'm with him though. I just feel
I'm with it.
They got too many stars.
As long as it's not Shane McMahon, I'm with it.
Ali versus Shane.
Ali versus Shane.
Here comes the money.
I'm about to say Shane ain't had a WrestleMania in a couple years now, right?
Since was it 2 years ago with when he fought
The Miz.
The Miz,
Okay.
yeah, he beat the Miz, yeah.
That was
why did he beat the Miz?
Yeah, I don't know why he beat the Miz. That was ridiculous. Like,
why?
I think I'm gonna go on record and say the Miz is gonna walk out the Elimination Chamber as champ. I think I'm gonna go on record.
Elimination Chamber?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Do you see him winning or do you see him cashing in?
He's gonna cash in. I think he's gonna get eliminated early and he's gonna cash in and win.
Listen. As long as whoever takes the belt from Drew, I'm happy for him.
I think the Miz does have one more run before it's over though.
So, I don't want him to have any more runs. I didn't like the first one.
Oh,
really?
Man.
I'm not gonna lie. So I've been a fan of Mike Mizanin when he was on Road Rules.
I hated him on that too.
When he created, I remember him creating that whole Miz character.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm like, yo, this is not gonna work.
Right, and then next thing you know, he's in WWE and it's working. I'm like, I remember that episode. Yo, I remember that episode so vividly when he created the Miz character.
The Miz, yeah.
And everybody was looking at him like,
it's a viral moment.
Yeah, it really was though, and it came to fruition. He said he was going to be a wrestler, and he did it.
I just hated him when I first seen him on Raw with his first.
The shorts
and
the fedora,
the background dancer hat, and
background dancer.
Kevin Federline hat.
Yeah.
Yo,
Kevin Federline hat. Yeah.
That's almost like the first John Cena.
I thought it was Rob Dyrdek at first.
It's like the first Cena, bro. The first like couple Cenas sucked.
I'm like, is that Rob Dyrdek? They're like, nah. I'm like, oh, all right. But yeah, I don't like the Miz. I'm not in for a title run. I hope he cashes in and just gets pinned. I'm not in for it. Him at Mania again? Nah.
I feel like if he does cash in, somehow Morrison's gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
For them to have a
him and Morrison are gonna have a feud. I think Morrison's like gonna.
I think going into SummerSlam. I think so.
No, I'm thinking about going into Mania.
Nah, I don't.
They need to.
They need matches. They need something new for Mania, man.
Yeah, they're missing so many wrestlers, and it's like
right, and there's gonna be 2 nights again. So
yeah, 2 nights, and they're talking about 4 main events.
2 nights again.
Yeah,
4 main events, 2 nights. Who you gonna have? Who do you have that you're using for 4 main events?
They honestly have nobody.
I think
and it's crazy.
I think the 4 main events is going to be the Universal World Heavyweight, Women's,
the Raw and
Championship, and Raw Women's Championship. I think that's what the main events are going to be.
The way they talk like they're bringing back somebody.
Well, yeah, I heard Cena's almost confirmed to be at Mania.
At this point, as much as I hate Cena, I actually probably would rather see Cena than a lot of these people, to be real.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Oh, God.
I absolutely hate Cena.
You would want to see Cena versus Finn Balor?
Let me tell you something. Let me go. You know what? Let me stop this, man. Listen, man. Cena is a curse. He is a curse to the WWE. He's a curse to you. He's a curse to you.
Cena versus Balor, I'm not here for it.
I would never be here for that.
Okay, listen.
Cena versus Orton, I'm here for it.
I would do that. Now,
yeah.
that one, I would be
Cena
interested
versus
in
Orton.
That. I like that.
You said Cena versus Orton?
Yeah.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. Can't even lie. I'd definitely be up for it because they
never
had the match at WrestleMania, and I felt like they should have had that match.
I would rather see Orton versus Karrion Kross at Mania, to be real.
But I really think it's going to be Orton and Triple. I think it's going to be Orton and Triple H at Mania.
Well, no, Orton in the Fiend, because you figure that feud is nowhere.
Orton and who?
The Fiend.
Oh yeah, that's still not over.
I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah,
that's still not over.
Not
because they're keeping it alive with Alexa and Orton. So
right.
But yeah, I don't know.
All right, guys, let's go to the next topic. Demon King will return.
Demon King will return. All right, so Finn Balor, WWE NXT champion. Finn Balor is one of the top superstars on that brand and has a great run since returning in 2019. In his first reign as champion, Balor will come out as the Demon King alter ego for major matches, but he has yet to that has yet to happen for this current reign. While speaking with the New York Post for a question and prior to the TakeOver title match against Pete Dunne, Balor was asked whether he will ever bring back the Demon King persona. Balor revealed that there will come a time where he has to bring back the Demon King against a notable opponent. He mentioned Karrion Kross as a likely opponent for that to happen. Definitely. Obviously, there are moments in time for everything. Right now, it doesn't feel like the right time or the place for the Demon. But I'm sure there will be a moment where I go, okay, now it's time to rock. You know, Karrion may be that time, but we'll have to see how events kind of develop. His character is definitely something that is very intriguing to the audience. Whether the Demon King can add another element to that kind of situation when it arises will be very interesting. Finn Balor is scheduled to defend his NXT Championship against Pete Dunne at Sunday's TakeOver, Vengence Day. We will have to see whether he will be able to retain his title. Oh, okay. So that will be interesting. Karrion Kross versus the Demon.
I like it.
If Finn Balor loses, I'm done.
I don't think Finn Balor is a demon character.
You don't want to see Pete Dunne as champion?
No.
Really?
I want to see Pete Dunne as champion, but I don't want to see Pete Dunne beat Finn Balor right now. I want to see Finn Balor go. I want to see Finn Balor go all the way to Takeover after Mania. I actually want to see Finn Balor wrestle at WrestleMania with the NXT title. I think
it will, and I think it will be a.
I think in that moment,
I think Finn's the type of champion they'll have on WrestleMania.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. I feel like if he goes to WrestleMania and he wrestles, I think that will give Vince McMahon the opportunity to look at what he messed up on. Like, I think that's part of. I think that's part of his run. The reason why they sticking with him in the NXT title run, because I'm like, yo, this guy's been like, his promos are dope, his matches are great. I'm like, yo, Vince should have stuck it out with Finn. After that injury, he should have stuck it out. But
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think him and carrying that Mania would be crazy.
Yeah, that would
him and carrying that Mania.
Yeah, I agree.
And it gives them another chance to really look at Carrion on a bigger stage too.
Because Carrion obviously gonna annihilate Santos Escobar next Wednesday. Like,
oh my god! I know Carrion's gonna win. I'm hoping they put on a great match though.
Yeah.
Because Escobar can really go. He's good.
Yeah, he can. Yeah,
so I'm hoping it's not anything where they have him utterly destroy him. I hope it's a good match.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's gonna win, but
yeah, at least display what he can do. Yeah, before he gets squashed, which is what they probably. I mean, but yeah, we know what's gonna happen between him and Escobar, but at least give him, like I felt like that with like Ricochet and the Brock Lesnar, same thing,
Yeah, that was horrible.
Ricochet should have been able to show something, like at least like run up Brock Lesnar's back or run up his chest or something, flip over something,
a tie up,
flip over, yeah, something. But Ricochet could do it. I mean, he could do it.
If you've seen any of his indie matches or his New Japan matches, he can go. Like he can. Yeah. He's been so. It's made me mad because he's been so handcuffed since he's been from NXT, even in NXT. From NXT to the main roster, he's been severely handcuffed. So what he can really do? Oh,
so he didn't even get to do as much as he could have done in NXT.
No, I don't see him being with the company too much longer, to be honest.
Nah, he has like 4 years left on his contract.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Ricochet. He got 4 years left on his contract.
Jesus Christ.
I feel that's just like Jay White with New Japan. I feel even though New Japan is doing cross promotion with everybody, but I still would rather see Jay White with another company. So I feel the same with Ricochet.
I think Jay White going to AEW.
Yeah, and that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, Jay White and AEW.
Nah, I'd rather him NXT though. I think I can see him and Ciampa putting on some.
I don't know. Yeah. I think it's because of AEW's creative control a little bit, how they let them go a little more. It's certain wrestlers you would rather see with AEW, and then there's certain ones that you would rather see with WWE.
Yeah, because the creative control over there is like, listen, whatever you want to do,
it ain't that bad.
That's it.
It ain't WCW bad.
Yeah, it's not. It's
not WCW bad. WCW it got to a point where they just let them. They ain't even rehearse before they went out. They were like, just go out there.
Oh, yeah.
Just let me know how it goes.
Oh, yeah, definitely. When you got Scott Hall coming out there, like, drunk on like Jack Daniels and just wrestling straight matches drunk.
I even know that was real.
And he was still putting on good matches. Yeah. That's the crazy part.
That's a great word.
He still was doing great matches. Drunk.
He was out there smacked up. Just smacked.
I thought that was part of the show. When I got older, I was like, wait a minute, that's real?
Bro, that might be.
Yeah, exactly.
That might be just as bad as Ron Artest getting drunk during halftime.
Oh, wow.
Then you had Big Show. You had Big Show smoking cigarettes on the way to the ring.
Wow.
Yo.
Wait, Big Show was smoking cigarettes on the way to the ring in WCW?
Yeah, you too
They just ain't care.
They didn't.
Man, that was like a jailhouse, man.
It really was though. The inmates ran the asylum.
Clearly,
they had no control.
Blame Kevin Nash.
But it was in their contracts when they came over. That was in everybody's contract that they had creative control when they came over. And they said, yeah, they were so happy to get those stars. They were like, yeah, let's do it. And it backfired.
It's like when I was watching the Monday Night Wars the other day, and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall was talking about. Remember that time when they had Kane play fake Diesel, and they had
Yo, I watched the Royal Rumble. What year was that they left? It was 95. Like 95.
Yeah, 96.
I watched that Royal Rumble the other day, and Kane playing Diesel, and then they had that random dude being Razor Ramon. He won't even in the match long. That was horrible. It's like he came in, he got thrown out like maybe 3-4 minutes into the match.
Yeah, so Kevin Nash and Hall was talking about that because WCW, Eric Bischoff came up to them and was like, hey, what are you guys doing? Like, what's going on? You guys are debuting on Raw? And Kevin Nash and Scott Hall looking at each other like, what? And then Eric Bischoff was like, he's like, what do I got to do? What do I got to do to keep you guys here? And then Nash was like, yo, they put a new contract right in front of you. Just sign. We asked no questions. Another $3 million.
Wow.
I'm like, wow.
They were throwing money. They were throwing money around back then.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Them dudes they were set for life off that alone.
But that was the problem. They should have given them partial creative control. It's like full creative control to like these superstars. It's like again, you're the boss or you're the manager for a reason. You're there to manage the employees. Like so, you hire employees to manage you. Like that's stupid. Like
there are certain wrestlers I feel like should have not full, but maybe 60 to 70% creative control. Like AJ Styles, I think he does. I think Samoa Joe did.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the bigger names before they came to the company, I think they should. Somebody like, again, going into Ricochet, I think Ricochet should have had a little more creative control than he's had. Bobby Lashley clearly has creative control. MVP has creative control.
They had creative control and 120 days a year. I mean, they only had to work 120 days for $3 million.
Wow.
Too much. It was the inmates running the asylum.
Yeah, man.
And you could tell after a while because WCW just started going NWO total. It won't even WCW no more. That shit was just NWO.
Yeah, that's when we wanted to be NWO. No initiation, no tryouts. Hey, you're all right, cool.
Hey, you want a shirt? Here, put your shirt on. Put your shirt on. We're gonna make you red and black.
Shirt you wear? All right, yeah.
We're gonna make you red and black this week. Put this on.
Yeah, put this on.
Disco Inferno.
All right, guys. So we're running low on time, so we got to jump quickly into. So we're not gonna do NXT. We're not gonna do NXT Vengeance predictions. Expectations. But we'll just. Is any particular show you guys want to touch on as far as NXT and SmackDown, or even Raw, or even if you guys want to touch on Vengeance?
NXT was okay. I just feel like the women, Dakota Kai's going to win the Dusty Cup. I believe the Grizzly Young Veterans is going to win the Dusty Cup for the men.
I think so too.
Finn Balor's definitely going to retain. Io Shirai's probably going to retain. As far as SmackDown was cool. I like the segment with Bianca, Sasha, and Nia and Shayna. It would be cool if not Sasha and Bianca does win the women's tag titles. Raw was Raw.
I'm gonna tell you, like, it was all trash, and more trash.
Yeah, I think
Raw was whack. NXT was alright. It was alright.
SmackDown. I didn't like SmackDown too much.
SmackDown was land. I mean, Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio, that killed my whole vibe right there.
Yeah, this
Straight
might
up,
be one of
killed my
them.
vibe.
This might
As
be
soon
one
as
of them
Dominic
weeks
came out, I was like, game
AEW
over.
just.
Huh?
I think this is one of those weeks AEW just beat all three of them, and they really didn't even have a. I think they put together a great card this week, having that tag
AEW?
match with Kenta and Kenny Omega against
Dean Ambrose and
Dean Ambrose and
John Moxley.
no, I mean my bad, John Moxley.
the other dude named Jack
Ambrose and John Moxley versus Kenta and Kenny Omega. What a tag team.
My bad. But no, that was a great main event.
I didn't see AEW. This is the first week I didn't see AEW. I'm gonna try to go back and watch.
I actually watched this week. This probably was the first week that they beat all three shows easily.
Wow.
To be honest. And they didn't even have
the ring with the New Japan Pro United States title.
Yeah, when do they fight for that?
I don't even know.
I'm
Japan's
not
pay-per-views is like every 3 months, bro.
Yeah, they're doing a nice little build up.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't do pay-per-views every month. New Japan don't do every month.
No, it's like every 3 to 4 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of. It's usually a lot of time between. They build up their match, their main, their.
I remember I was watching one match with Kenny Omega. He just won. This the year Jericho went back, and then Jericho pops up on the screen. So I'm thinking he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'll see you next week." He was like, "I'll see you." It was like 6 months down the road. I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh man."
They've been teasing Tonga coming over to AEW a lot too.
Yeah, I was talking about that last week.
They've really been teasing that a lot. But I don't think it's him joining the
club,
the club over there though. I think it's more like him bringing his version of the club against their version of the club.
I don't think his version is good for American TV. I'm telling you right now.
Who's that?
Nah, who's in the?
Is he the leader of Bullet Club right now?
Yeah.
Who's in his version of the Bullet Club? I haven't watched.
It's Tonga, and I think Rikishi's other son.
I thought he was in. Oh, he does, bro. The twins' brother.
Yeah.
I forgot, but he wrestles at AEW too.
Yeah, he was part of the club. I forgot the other dudes that's in it. They're all Samoan now, I believe.
Oh shit!
With the Bullet Club? Oh, wait. So there's 2 Bullet Clubs.
Yeah, there's 2.
There's 4 versions of it.
Yeah, there's 4 versions, but
you got the WWE has their version.
Yeah.
New Japan,
LWO, NWO, black and white, NWO, red and black.
But you know what's crazy? If you think about it, there's at least 3 of the former leaders in every company.
Yeah. You got
at least 3.
Yeah. Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah, Tonga's version is more street.
Wait, but was Cody a leader? Because I know Cody was a part of the
Cody too. Yeah, Cody too. Yeah,
Cody was a leader. He took out Kenny.
He took out Kenny. Yeah.
Yep. He took out Kenny when he first.
Each leader takes out the previous leader with the Bullet Club.
That's how they become the leader.
That's how they become the leader.
Oh.
So
okay. Do they got a timeline, a video timeline where they show?
Yeah, go to YouTube. You'll see it.
Yeah, it'll show you. You just got to look up every Bullet Club leader.
Type in history of the Bullet Club. It'll show you when they started with Finn Balor and all that.
Yep. Literally, every time somebody new becomes leader, they take out the old leader to become leader. Almost like they're showing that they're ready to lead.
Besides AJ Styles, I think he was a walk-in. AJ Styles was a walk-in.
I think he was the only one.
Yeah.
They just gave it to him.
So what about Finn though? Finn left.
Finn started.
He started it.
Wait, I know Finn started it, but I'm saying that's what I'm asking. I'm like,
they beat him down. They beat Finn down.
Yeah, I think Kenny took over after him.
Yeah, Kenny took over after that. Kenny beat Finn down. Him and the Young Bucks.
Yeah, and then Kenny was the leader for I don't know.
He was a leader for the longest years until Cody came.
Yeah, until Cody came, and then after Cody it was Jay White,
and then he turned his back on him.
Yeah, after Cody they didn't have a leader for a little while though. They were kind of in limbo.
Yeah, they was in limbo until Tonga came.
Jay White. Yeah, and then Jay White came out of nowhere. So,
Yeah, here comes Tonga, 6'8", 220 pounds.
Bro, he can go, bro. Oh my god, Tonga and Roman in a match. Oh my god, that I would like as much. I don't like all Roman matches. I would like that one.
Yeah,
I gotta see this. All right, I gotta check this
I,
out.
so I had another guy who come on today to give his theory. He told me about this the other day, so I'm gonna get y'all opinion on it. So his theory, his storyline would be Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. If Kevin Owens loses, he would have to join. He would have to acknowledge Roman as head of the table and join with Jey Uso. So then when Edge fights Roman, they can do whatever because at that point, Kevin Owens would continue to lose, but he won't fall into obscurity. So he would still be like a top guy, and he could even be the disgruntled John Cena employee. But but the fact that they would still kind of have Kevin Owens strong to a certain extent.
Okay, all right, say that again. Repeat that one more time.
All right, so Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
If Kevin Owens loses, he joins Roman and acknowledges Roman as the head of the table, and he joins Jey Uso and Roman's stable.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, Kevin Owens would lose to Roman again, but he wouldn't fall into obscurity. Like he would still be kind of relevant and still in the main event picture. And then when Roman fights Edge, which I hope they change their mind on, but if Roman fights Edge at Mania, Kevin Owens could be have an impact on that match.
No.
I don't like him joining them. I think that's the biggest part for me is just him because they're building it up to be the new Samoan dynasty, and to add someone that's not family in. I don't like it.
Yeah, like it was. I mean, it was already weird enough that we had Kevin Owens part of the New Day, right? I mean,
right.
If that was like odd, I was like,
well, the New Day thing worked because of how the story that they create, like him turning his back on them to fight Kofi. So I like that.
Well,
he's not going to be turning his back to end up fighting Roman again. Nah.
But at the same time, you kind of teased Apollo Crews joining. We did last week with Bianca Belair said she wouldn't mind joining. So
it's strange. They haven't. You wouldn't bring Naomi in though, which is strange.
Yeah.
But at that point, you might as well bring Tamina in. You might as well bring Nia.
Right.
You got those two strong women. Why not bring them in?
Naomi.
Especially Tamina, because Tamina outside of the Royal Rumble, she really ain't getting nothing.
Right. And see, it didn't work. Tamina's on SmackDown. She's the only one that's on SmackDown. The rest, everybody else is on Raw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to bring.
But I mean, Tamina being in the group to me is dope because she's still a powerhouse of a woman and a wrestler. So
listen, Sean, it's over. It's over, man. Let it go. Let it go, Sean. Let it go.
I mean, her time has come and gone.
Listen, Sean, I agree with you. Listen, this is the thing. I agree with you. I so agree with you because they could have utilized Tamina in so many great matches. But I had to let it go. I gotta let it go.
Yeah, her time is already coming. It's sad. You're right. It's sad.
I totally agree with you, man. 100%. But every time
you
I see
do realize
wasted.
Tamina's demise came around the time the stuff came out about her dad when they made her drop the snooker from her name. Ever since then, she's still been with the company, but she's been.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Ever since that came out, when they made her change her last name from Snooker to just Tamina, from that point on, it's like we're still gonna give you a job, but your dad is. Like, it's one of them things like guilty by association.
Right.
Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah, I totally forgot about that, yo. Her father caught a whole body.
And walked around for 30 years like nothing happened.
Years, like nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Years, a whole body. It could have been her mom. It wasn't a mother though, right? It wasn't a mother.
No, that wasn't her mom.
Oh, okay.
No, that was. I think that was before he met her mom. I believe
He beat the charge, right?
he initially he did, and right before he died, it all. I don't know if it was him or the investigation they were that was still open, but it came to find out that he really did it, and it was like literally right before he died.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's bugged out, man. That's bananas. All right. On that note, guys, we gotta watch Vengeance. We gotta end the show because Vengeance is coming on. I need to get my my buffalo chicken ready. Need to get my food, feet up, relax. You know, get everything in order. I'm quite sure you guys are gonna do the same thing. Order some pizza, get some buffalo chicken wings, get you a yak, get you some ice, put some ice, put some ice in that cup, fill it up with some of that yak, put some Coke in it, swish it up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. All right, guys, thank you for joining. Oh, what you got, Jay? What's that?
A little bit of Douce, little
okay, little expensive, little expensive. Okay,
little bougie.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. If you are catching us on Facebook Live, please hit the notification bell for when we go live, when you see the posting, and you will be reminded for when we go live. If you have YouTube, you can catch us on YouTube and hit the notification bell and subscribe. So every time we go live, you get the notification bell of our lives. You can watch the recording of our lives, or you can be live on here with us. If you want to be on the show live, hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on YouTube, inboxes. Let us know. Inboxes. If you come on the live and you see us on live and you want to be on live, hit us up in the comment section below and we will book you for the next time we go live. Until the next time, I am your host, Saheem the Dream.
Ooh, yeah, it's your boy J Mac Man.
It's your man Shawnee Heyman, man.
Shawnee,
Ant-Man from the Cesaro section.
Ant-Man from the Cesaro section. And we will see you guys later. Peace.